Hello there. Good afternoon to you all today. My name is Ibrahim Kareem, broadcasting to fellow TBCians and the Billion Coin community, bringing motivational broadcasts and inspirational stories to you all. Today will not be any different as usual. I have another interesting review of a wonderful blog article by our admin, and I am sure it's gonna be worthwhile listening to for fellow TBCians. A quick notification of the title is called, it can be found obviously on our blog at the billioncoin.info, and the article is entitled "It's Time for Broadcasters and the Billion Coin Community to Ground Themselves to Gold." Gold as in gold and silver, as in the gold standard, as in gold, the real money, GOLD. Now, before I start the review, I would like to give us further properties of gold or sayings about gold so that we can situate it in the context of the article. Now, it has been said by Norm Franz in the article Money and Wealth in the New Millennium that gold is the money of kings, silver is the money of gentlemen, barter is the money of peasants, but debt is the money of slaves. Did we get that? Let me repeat it for gold is the money of kings, silver is the money of gentlemen, barter is the money of peasants, but debt is the money of slaves. Quite wonderful. So we can see where we are going with this article. It's time for broadcasters and the Billion Coin community to ground themselves to gold. Why, you will ask? Because normally most of us situate our payments in TBC to the dollar. We say that the admin fee was then $10. We're now saying it's $20 and so. But that is not what the admin wants from us. The admin actually wants us to situate our payment standards to the gold rather than the US dollars and other fiat currencies. And for a very good reason, which we will all learn shortly. Okay. We don't want any confusion about our private status in the world today. Why? Because public regulators are looking for any excuse to rope our private currency and tie us down because they could care less about our mission to end poverty globally. Understand one thing: government is force. Force is the nature of governments, and they rule over the public. Yet, governments are bound by law. It is the opinion of the admin that, as a whole, humanity lacks the maturity to live without government today. So, hear it loud and clear. Admin and the TBC community is not anti-government. Of course, we will never support the abuse of power that continues to come out of government, even today in modern times. Private societies such as ours, the TBC community, have fully and lawfully existed for thousands of years to our knowledge. Private simply means outside of the domain of government. Private equals self-regulated. We regulate ourselves. What we are doing in the billion coin community is lawful, and it is important that every member behave in a lawful manner when they are talking about the billion coin community. Research has shown us that we are grounded when we compare the value of our private currency to the value of gold, but can be problematic when we compare our value to any fiat or money regulated by any government. This is the official call out to all broadcasters and every members of the billion coin community to stop comparing our coins to fiat. Yes. Stop comparing our currencies. Stop comparing our coin to the US dollar. Stop comparing our currency, our coin, to the euro. Stop comparing our coins to the pound sterling. Stop comparing it to all currencies, even the Ghanaian cedis or the Nigerian naira. No, that is not what we want. Just as was stated in the first public notice, we have removed the references to any fiat from our websites. Clearly, our admin fee is 8 grains of gold rather than $20. We encourage and reward transactions that are done at increments of 40 grains of gold. The government did not make gold. That is a fact. Nobody can dispute that. Mother Earth has provided us this gold, and she won't stop us from measuring the value of our coins against the value of gold. We don't want to upset any government regulators by our words, and that is why each and every member needs to embrace the reference to gold and stop referencing fiat currencies. As you can see, there is a there's a poster here in the steps in cash flow achievement, which is not obvious to my listeners. But we have marked cash flow achievement in grains of gold, and you should know that a third party calculator for grains of gold is on our Kringle Coin back office under your dashboard. There are 480 grains in 1 troy ounce of gold. All TBC members should become experts in grains of gold. Why? So that we can do all our referencing in gold standards, grains, ounces, instead of saying $10, we want to say 8 grains of gold. Instead of saying $20, we want to say 16. No, sorry, we want to say 8 grains of gold. Instead of $10, we want to say 4 grains of gold. That is what we want to hear within the billion coin community. This will save us unnecessary interference and intrusion from the regulators, as said earlier on. So I would advance more quotations about the beauty of gold for us all to know and to familiar ourselves with their worth. It was said by Ralph Waldo Emerson that the desire of gold is not for gold itself. It is for the means of freedom and benefit. That should be clear, but if not, what that means is that gold is not wanted for its own intrinsic value, but for the benefit and the freedom that it can bring, because it is not easily controlled and regulated. That is a fact no one will dispute. Another one, another quote, this one is by J.P. Morgan, says, "Gold and silver are money. Everything else is credit." Fine quotes. Gold and silver are money. Everything else is credit. By everything else, we know that it's referring to all the fiat currencies out there that are quite unstable and rise and fall and can lose half of its value within a twinkle of an eye. That is fiat currencies for you. So let it be known that the billion coin community and our kringles are not backed by gold. And that means we are not pegged to gold either. The value of our TBC and kringles comes from our members, and we measure that value in grains of gold. That is what we are saying. We do not want to be sloppy in making this clear when we are inviting others to join us in our private community and society. The true value of the billion coin is based on the numbers of living men and living women that join us in agreement as members. We simply value that, we simply measure that value in gold. This is a serious matter, and we want to be at peace with all governments and their respective regulators all around the world. We don't interfere with the public, so they should not interfere with us in the private domain. The admin asks for all our cooperation and thanks us all in advance for it. So that is the advice for us to ground ourselves in gold, meaning we all should be familiar with referencing our coin to gold rather than the fiat currencies. Before we conclude our broadcast, I would like to give us a few more gold quotations. It says here that where gold speaks, every tongue is silent. Let me repeat that. Where gold speaks, every tongue remains silent. That is just trying to show the power of gold being the original money. Another one says, dust on gold doesn't change the nature of gold. No, gold will always be gold, even when it is dirty. This one is by Martin Luther. It says, for in the true nature of things, if we rightly consider, every green tree is far more glorious than if it were made of gold and silver. And this one is from Christopher Columbus. It says, gold is a treasure, and he who possesses it does all he wishes to in this world and succeeds in helping souls into paradise. What a wonderful quote. This one is a ephemerical quote, but it's a beautiful one. It says, more gold had been mined from the mines of men than the earth itself. I repeat, more gold has been mined from the mind of men than the earth itself. Look at that. That is situating our mind as very, very precious, even more precious than gold itself. What a lovely quote and what a lovely thought. Wow, that is comparing men's mind to gold. Now, this quote is from William Whewell. It says, gold and iron at the present day, as in ancient times, are the rulers of the world. I repeat, gold and iron at the present day, as in ancient times, are the rulers of the world. That shows how powerful gold is. And another one says, this one is by Samuel Johnson. Praise, like gold and diamonds, owes its value only to its scarcity. I repeat, praise, like gold and diamonds, owes its value only to its scarcity. What makes gold valuable? Because it is scarce. It is scarce and precious. That is why this one says gold still represents the ultimate form of payment in the world. Fiat money in extremis is accepted by nobody. Gold is always accepted. These are lovely quotes about gold. Now, to conclude my broadcast, I'll give one last quote about gold. This one says, silver and gold are not the only coin. Virtue too passes current all over the world. Let me repeat that. Silver and gold are not the only coin. Virtue too passes current all over the world. That means, what else is as precious as gold? It's human virtue, the goodness of human virtue is as precious as gold. So, fellow TBCians and the billion coin community, This is the admonition from our admin that we all, broadcasters, TVians, and all of us should ground ourselves to the gold standard and the gold referencing, and try and remove ourselves from referencing the fiat currencies. It has been me, Ibrahim Kareem, broadcasting to you today. If you have enjoyed the broadcast, please subscribe to my channel and click the like button below. If there's any questions or issues that will need clarification, please get in touch. Let me be aware, and this will be addressed in future broadcasts. Thank you for your time, and God bless.